Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today is gonna be a fun one and I want you to play along. As you can see by the title, if I could only pick one fragrance from the niche house fragrances that I own and all my other perfumes would poof be gone, which ones would I keep out of the house? So some of them I only had one out of the house, and it's because I smelled them all and that's the only one I like. So that's the one that's, in the video. But at either rate, like I said, I want you to comment down below. Let me know of your favorite niche houses. If you have multiple in the collection and you could only choose one, which ones would they be? So if you are interested in seeing what my choices would be, please continue to watch. If you are new here, beautiful, welcome to the channel. I do hope you consider subscribing. We have lots of fun here and we smell good too. And if you are returning, hey friend, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. That does help for us to grow. And make sure you like this video so YouTube knows that you like my content. And let's get right into this video. So all of these fragrance houses are known, beloved. They are popular niche houses. None of the fragrances here are going to be niche houses people have not heard of. Or if you are not into fragrances, you may even still have seen them around or been interested in them. So without further ado, let's just start off with the one everybody knows. Maison Francis Kurkdjian. Now, I own several of their fragrances. I am even prepping for a Discovering the House of video. But if I could only pick one from the line, it is Oud Satin Mood. I know. I don't know if some folks thought it would be Baccarat because they love Baccarat and Baccarat is everything. I don't own Baccarat. I'm not the biggest fan of Baccarat, but I can smell it. I can smell it in the air and I can love it and appreciate it. But on me, I just don't get that same, oh my goodness. On my skin, it just doesn't do it for me. Like I'm coming around to it, but it don't hit like this one. This one right here, I feel like I could drink this. This is a beautiful oud and rose scent with some caramel in the base, and baby, the saffron in here makes this airy, light, but you still get the denseness from the oud and the caramel. This is a stunner. This is a 10 out of 10 for me from the house. This is something that when I almost bought it, but I was like, oh, calm down, you're doing too much. But I'm halfway through the bottle, but I'm getting the big one when I'm done. Because the way I like to spray this and, doing the cost per sprays, it just makes sense. And that's going to be my first big bottle from MFK, but it's going to be her. So if I could only choose one, it would be Oud Satin Mood. Another very, 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 very popular house is Parfums de Marly. They have some of my favorite fragrances, and it was a little bit hard for me to choose, but when I really thought about it and boiled it down, Valaya came out on top. A lot of you know that I wasn't the hugest fan of the Delina line, but I have come around to the flankers. I still don't own the original, but the exclusive gave her a run for her money. The exclusive from Delina and also the exclusive, well, honestly, the exclusive from Valaya and even Kayali, because Kayali was my first Parfums de Marly purchase and I love her. But it's just something about this aldehydic, very citrusy, loud fragrance. She be hollering. She hollering, but she light. Like she be coming through, but she tiptoeing. You gonna know she in the room, but she's just sprinkling her scent everywhere. She fills a room. She is stunning. She is gorgeous. I love her. Love her down. There's a little bit of woodiness to this fragrance, but for the most part, I get fruits and florals and aldehyde. She projects, she yells, she screams, but she also sits back and minds her business, okay? So at either rate, Parfums de Marly's Valaya would be the fragrance that I would grab if I could only keep one. This next house is a sister house to Parfums de Marly. It is Initio. Initio has some great fragrances. I remember making a comment, and I still somewhat stand by it, but their fragrances somewhat intimidate me. Like the ones in them purple and black bottles, I still don't own any of them. But I do have two, and I've smelled a ton of Initio fragrances to know that these are the ones that I like. And of the two, honestly, I would try and grab both. But if I had to only pick one, it would be Musk Therapy. This is newer in my collection than the one that I had before, which is Power Self, which I absolutely adore. But it took me a while to get on the hype train to Musk Therapy, and I know that that train is slowing down, but baby, I just got on it, and like I said, I'm on time when I get there. This is a beautiful musk. It's somewhat powdery, it's somewhat sweet, floral, and to me, this is phenomenal to layer with. Like, to me, it feels like how Another 13 wears on my skin. You can wear it on its own, but it's phenomenal to layer with. It makes your fragrance last longer. It makes it project a little bit more. Love this fragrance. Now, I love Power Self as well. It gives me a little bit more in the way of a perfume type of scent because there's some more florals, more citruses and things like that. But if I could only choose one, it would be Musk Therapy. Now, this is something I feel like I could wear around the house, to the office, running errands, and it even smells somewhat sexy enough to do date night, like intimate date night where it's just you and you cuddle up with your boo, or you guys are out at a nice maybe seafood restaurant and you're sitting close in like a booth. Yes, pretty, okay? Pretty. Now, I'm not going to be reading through all the notes and things like that. They will be on screen, as you can see, but I'm just going based upon, you know, what I remember about the fragrance, how it makes me feel. And this is the one, okay? So this is Musk Therapy by Initio. There are two fragrance brands that gave me the hardest time in picking a scent. And this next one is one of them, Byredo. So Byredo, I have about, I want to say 5 fragrances from the house, but I just could not decide. I was like, you know, I'm gonna come back to this and I'm gonna pick something else. And I came back and I was like, I can't pick, I don't know. But, you know, I finally made myself make a decision. And the one I would have to keep would be Mojave Ghost, the Absolute. Now, this has a beautiful violet note in here. It also is somewhat of an airy type of scent. It can be a your skin but better scent because it's not like a super loud projector, but it does stick around and it does somewhat project moderately, and you can get a good wear out of it. And it's a fragrance that's like perfumey in a way that doesn't smell just like a whole bunch of flowers. It smells like a well blended scent that garners lots of compliments, and it, in my opinion, smells a little bit different on everyone. It's not something you can easily identify, but it just smells phenomenal. So out of my Byredo collection, if I could only choose one, it would be Mojave Ghost Absolute. Okay, so now this next fragrance is definitely one that I only own one from the line. I have smelled and smelled and smelled, and I've liked some, and I'm like, maybe I should get it, but nothing just made me want to pull the trigger. And this is the only one that I own. I do eventually want to get the extrait version, but I do have to get through this bottle. This is Guidance by Amouage. This is going to be your very creamy rose scent that has some frankincense. Oh, okay. Listen, the notes are on the screen. This to me is a phenomenal scent that is easily recognizable. It's up there with your Delinas. It's up there with Valaya. It's up there with your Baccarat. When you smell this, you know it. Other people know it. It's a standout fragrance. I know that not everyone loves this, but it deserves its flowers. Like, it literally really deserves its flowers. And she coming with me. She coming with me. I'm taking her with me. I'm sorry. I love her. And, you know, just to be fully transparent, I understand this fragrance when I first got it or when I first sniffed it. Because when I first sniffed it, I was like, is this what everybody going crazy about? But I kept coming back to it. I eventually purchased it, and she is a love. She is a lifer for me. I can't even think about having a collection without having guidance. And that's just how I feel about the fragrance. Now, again, like I said, once I go through this bottle, I will pick up the extrait, and I don't know which one I'm gonna love more, but we shall see. Again, so if I could only choose one from the house of Amouage, it would be Guidance. Okay, so this next fragrance is the other house that I could not make a decision about. Now, I own 4 from the line, but every last one of them I love down. So I had to do some calculating, you know, getting on the calculator and deciding which one would I really wear. And it was like all of them. And I'm like, okay, what would make a well-rounded collection, or what could you wear year round? Like, I was trying to decide, okay? And I eventually landed on Rouge Smoking, the Extrait by BDK. Now, the other 4 that I have, or 3 that I have, are Vanille Leather, love. I have Passe Soir, the original, love. And I also have in my collection, the newest one, Empatia, love. Now, I could easily swap this with any one of those, but if I thought about it as I smelled it, I'm like, ooh, this has a beautiful cherry note. It's sexy. There's a little bit of creaminess from the almond. It's a warm scent. It's beautiful. So I went with Rouge Smoking, but again, like I said, this could be swapped out by any of those without hesitation. If you have not gotten your nose on this one, please do so. I smelled the original Rouge Smoking. I prefer the Extrait, which is why I have this one, but this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. Now, I will say this to me feels more like a cold weather scent, but if I can only keep 10, I gotta wear some year round, right? So this is Rouge Smoking, the Extrait by BDK. Up next is a brand that I feel like is very unique, but in smelling the entire line, there's really only a couple that I would be interested in, one that just really made me want to purchase. And this is Eau Dwell by Diptyque. Now, I have the EDT formulation. I prefer it over the EDP. This one to me just wears a little bit fresher and brighter, but this is a gorgeous, unique vanilla scent that is just a little bit green. It has some herbal touches to it. It almost smells good enough to drink. My juice has gotten so dark, you guys. I featured this on the channel a few times. So if you have seen it, it did not look anything like this when I picked up the fragrance. So it has intensified, but I think this is a phenomenal release from the house. There are a couple other fragrances that people really love, but I just couldn't get with them. Like, I do like a rose. It's pretty, but it just didn't make me want to purchase it and add it to the collection. And some of the other ones are just a little bit too freshly unique. That just is like, no, they're a no for me. But this one was a yes. So Eau Dwell would be the fragrance that I would pick if I could only keep one from the house. This is one that I only own one from the house, but I have smelled most of their fragrances, and this is really the only one that I wanted to purchase. So again, this is Eau Dwell by Diptyque. Okay, so up next is going to be the brand Kayali. I own so many of their fragrances. There's probably very few that I don't own. I don't own all of the ones from the Oud collection because I don't really care for most of them. I've smelled the Dapper, the one she made for her father, or her father made, and I've smelled that, and it's okay, but it's not necessarily my vibe. And then there's a couple that are part of like her initial release that I don't have. I used to own Citrus. I don't have, what's that one that everyone's going crazy about? I'll try and pop a picture up somewhere here. I don't have the ones that were like first release, but majority of them I do and absolutely adore. So this was hard for me. Well, really, no, it a little hard. It was a little hard, but I do have some honorable mentions from the brand because I just could not land on one. But this is the one I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing it. I'm grabbing it. Vanilla from the Kurkdjian line. Oh, I cannot be without this scent. This is phenomenal, phenomenal. And this is coming from a person that when I started this journey, I did not care for oud in my perfumes, period. And here I am with 3 fragrances up here with oud in them, and them being the ones that I would pick out of the whole collection. So this has your vanilla, sugar, praline, saffron, white musk, oat moss, and oud as the standout notes for this fragrance. It just smells like cold. It smells cool and cold. It smells airy, it smells deep, it smells vanillic, it smells sexy. It is a stunner of a fragrance. I will always have this one. Always have this one in my collection. I cannot see myself without it. Even if I'm not wearing it, I'm gonna come back to it because, you know, I find that I go in cycles with, you know, what I want to douse my body in. But I don't ever want to be without her. So this is Kurkdjian Vanilla Oud by Kayali. Some honorable mentions, okay? Honorable mentions. The original. The original. The original. I feel like I smell a little bit of this in the Kurkdjian plus a little bit more, which is why I did not choose this one. Another contender is Deja Vu White Floral. Very unique white floral fragrance. Somewhat complex, very beautiful. Very beautiful, not for everyone, but baby, look at my juice. She says, look, this, the same color as this one. Look at that. Same color juice. That's how you know it smells good, okay? That's how you know it's real. So Deja Vu White Floral, phenomenal white floral scent. This gave Kurkdjian a run for her money. The last one may not be what you think. But when I tell you this fragrance has come alive for me, and I'm like, baby, this one don't get its flowers. This one does not get the flowers that they deserve. This is Velvet Santal. And I'm telling you, I feel like I like this one more than I like the Silk Santal. Silk Santal is beautiful. She is. But she's not my favorite Kayali fragrance. And the way things are looking, she might not even be top 5. So this one has jasmine petals, tea leaves. Oh, I think it's the tea. White musk, cedar wood, benzoin, and sandalwood. This is beautifully unique. It's unisex, and it just makes you want to close your eyes. And when you smell it, you know how like when people smell soy malachite and it has that silk note in it, and it just, you kind of feel like you're smelling silk. This makes you feel like you're smelling velvet. That soft but textured feel, I feel like you can smell that in this fragrance. Beauty. This is a phenomenal scent. I'm talking more about this than I did Kurkdjian. Anyway, this one gave Kurkdjian Vanilla Oud a run for its money, and I might change my mind by the end of this video. I don't know. So at either rate, this, if you have not tried, please give her a try. And I will say, after having this bottle for a while, she gets better and stronger and louder. This is the Wedding of Velvet Santal. We are down to our final 2, y'all. Make sure to let me know down in the comments which ones would you keep out of your niche collections, especially if you have multiple of one house, or if you know you've smelled the entire line and you have the one that you would keep. So let me know down in the comments. Up next is going to be the House of Ex Nihilo. And I'm not sure if I put this up yet or not, but I do have a Discovering the House video for Ex Nihilo, and this fragrance was in it. But this is Spiky Muse. This is a juicy, fruity, oudy scent that is absolutely phenomenal. This is a scent to me that's bright, juicy, fruity, but also has the components of that oud in here, which give it some weight and grounding. This is not to be played with. This is a very sexy scent. I think I said in that video, Not a lot of people are talking about this fragrance, but I don't know why. This is one of their newest releases. I picked this up this year. Yeah, this year, I want to say. Phenomenal. Get your nose on this one. Ex Nihilo has some beautiful fragrances. They have the Fleur Narcotique, the Blue Talisman, the Hedonist. Go discover the house. Go discover the house. Go to your local Neiman Marcus and sniff. I promise you, there's something in that collection for everyone. Again, this is Spiky Muse by Ex Nihilo. Last but certainly not least, I feel like I'm cheating a little bit because I only own one from the brand, and I don't know that I've smelled really anything else. No, I have. It's been a long time. It's been a long time. I will say that I feel like I have the best that they've done. I feel like I have the best that they've done. This is 100 Silent Ways by Nishane. This is a beautiful, warm, spicy white floral fragrance that up until, I want to say, the last couple of months, I thought was only a cold weather scent. And I was watching Veronica from Veronica Says, and she talked about wearing this in warm weather. And I put it on my tray last month or the month before. She good. She good year round. She's good year round when she warms up on the skin, and even also in colder weather when it's just cold. This fragrance projects. There's a little bit of spiciness to it. The vanilla in here is beautiful. The florals, it smells creamy. It's just an all-around phenomenal scent. It's a 10 out of 10. I think I have the best from the house of Nishane. You can correct me down in the comments and let me know if you have one that's better than this. I would love to know, but for me and my nose and my body, this is it. And this is the one that I would pick if I had to have only one from the house of Nishane. All right, you guys, so that is it for today's video. These are the top picks that I would pick from each house of my niche brands, or popular niche brands, I should say, if I could only choose one. So again, let me know down in the comments what would be your choice. I would love to hear from you all. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It does help for us to grow. And make sure to thumbs up this video so YouTube knows that you are enjoying my content. And as always, until I see you again, make sure that you are being kind to yourself. Make sure you're being kind to others, and peace and love, y'all. The world needs it. Bye.